A lot of people in Broncos country were wondering when we might see Drew Sanders back on the field for the first time since he tore his Achilles during April OTAs. Per Sean Payton, October November was kind of the timeline that the Broncos had been eyeing for Sanders' return, and lo and behold, Sanders practiced today for the first time since his injury. The Broncos have now opened their 21-day practice window for Sanders. They now have 3 weeks to decide if they want to activate Sanders off of PUP or if they want to keep him there for the remainder of the season. In a couple of clips that emerged on Twitter, Sanders looked okay, but you can't really judge much off of half-speed Twitter clips. It's not until Sanders actually gets back on the field for the Denver Broncos that we will see where exactly he is in his recovery from a torn Achilles. Given the fact that he was able to bounce back so quickly, I believe that he had the same speed bridge procedure that Aaron Rodgers and Cam Akers had on their torn Achilles, and that has allowed him to return to the field so quickly. The question now becomes, what position is Drew Sanders actually going to play for the Denver Broncos now that he has returned? In his rookie season, the Broncos tried him at both inside and outside linebacker. I think Sanders has now settled in full-time on the edge based on what Mike Klis has said in videos on 9 News. He keeps referring to him as an outside linebacker. So that means that Drew Sanders is going to be full-time as an edge rusher now. And I think that it's good that they're settling him in at one position, but by that same token, when you look at his body of work from his rookie year, he struggled both at inside and outside linebacker. Last season, he had 113 run defense reps, 73 pass rush reps, and 74 coverage reps. So, pretty even Steven for the most part in terms of his rep counts. Most of his reps, they were actually pretty split up 50-50, honestly. So, 50-50 on the edge, 50-50 on the off-ball linebacker position. So in those reps, he had 5 total pressures, 24.1% missed tackles. That's not good at all. 46.0 PFF run defense grade, 52.3 PFF pass rush grade, and 37.0 PFF coverage grade. Not great. And the film lines up with the numbers. As an off-ball linebacker, he was consistently out of position. He struggled to identify run fits. He struggled to get into the right gap. He was just kind of lost out there running around with like a chicken with his head cut off. It did not look great. It didn't look like it was his natural position, even though he did play that position quite a bit in college. Then on the edge, he looked like he just wasn't generating pressure out there. It looked like NFL tackles were just overwhelming him, and he wasn't really able to be a consistent force out there. 5 total pressures on the season is indicative of that. So, I don't know, man. Drew Sanders, they're going to settle him in full-time on the edge now. I just don't think that he's really fitting in at this point in the NFL, and the Achilles injury has only made matters worse in terms of stunting his development. The Broncos clearly feel confident in Sanders enough that they traded away Baron Browning. Also because Dondre Tillman has shown some flashes in the games that he's played. And then obviously Jonathan Cooper, Nick Bonito, Jonah Ellis. All of those guys have played well. But they specifically mentioned Sanders as a reason why they were comfortable trading away Browning through reports from Mike Klis. So I don't know, man. Maybe the Broncos have seen some growth and development from Sanders, but again, it's really hard to judge where he's at because this Achilles injury has stunted his growth. Once he gets back out there on the field in live bullets, when the game is actually going at full speed, then we'll see where he is in terms of his recovery. Is his burst and explosiveness there? Is his athleticism stunted at all? Is his speed stunted? We'll see all of that, and we'll see if he just has more of a natural feel for the game and the edge rush position as he transitions back into playing. So it's going to be interesting to see, and we're going to monitor Drew Sanders very closely as he gets back onto the field. I don't know if it's going to be this week against the Chiefs or next week against the Atlanta Falcons. it's going to have to be at some point before the Raiders game. The Raiders game is going to be that final week where they could bring him back. The Broncos have been pretty timely in terms of activating players in their 21-day window. It won't usually go past week 2, so we'll see if it's a similar situation there for Drew Sanders. I'm thinking that Week 11 versus the Atlanta Falcons might be the first time that we see Drew Sanders on the field for the Broncos in the 2024 season. All right, Broncos country, let me know in the comment section below, how confident are you in Drew Sanders as he bounces back from his Achilles injury? And do you feel like the Broncos are making the right move, keeping him on the edge as opposed to moving him inside at off-ball linebacker? Drop those comments down below, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts as always. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support, helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. And until next time, guys, I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.